Son, I think it's time we had a talk. In this video, I'm going to outline the future of my channel for everyone who's been bombarding me with questions as of late. Like, Nuke, you gonna do this? You gonna do that? What are you gonna do? Well, I'm gonna tell ya. And this is just audio, there's no video here. And this isn't really for the casual fans, so to speak. The kind of people who come to my channel just because it's Brood War to watch. This is more for the long-term fans and the hardcore fans. The type of people who have been bombarding me with questions. So okay, let's talk. Everyone knows that the Brood War scene is slowly transitioning into all StarCraft 2. You can see that in the Pro League right now. They have the dual Pro League thing going on. Guys playing both Brood War and StarCraft 2, which is ridiculous, by the way. Absolutely horrible idea. Do one or the other, guys. This split thing is not good for anyone. Although it could be good if they had guys devoted to each game, but they make the guys play both games, which means both games suffer for the fans. I have a theory why they did this, but we can save that for some other time. So the scene is shifting to StarCraft 2, which means that this OSL, the TVing OSL, might be the last Brood War OSL. It might turn to StarCraft 2 afterwards. It's kind of weird. They had a meeting where they gave conflicting plans for the future. One guy said, well, we're going to transfer everything to StarCraft 2. And then another guy said, well, this might not be the last Brood War OSL. I don't know. So who the hell knows what's going to happen? But no matter what happens, I'm going to plan for the end. Now, I know that's probably not the word you wanted to hear right now. The end. The end. But without a Brood War OSL, I mean, that is my channel. My channel is OSL. So without it, the whole idea of my channel kind of falls apart. Obviously, I do things between seasons, and I commentate Pro League games and do other things like vlogs, Nuke At Nights, and my cheap and awesome indie game explosion vids. Those are scattered about between OSL games, but my channel is OSL. That's its focus. So without that, there's not much. So that's the main reason that I think it's time to wind things down. It's certainly not the only reason. This is kind of a culmination of many things coming to a head at once. And I've been thinking about this for a long time now. Ranchin will tell you that. First of all, this hobby is starting to become quite exhausting. I don't think people who don't commentate really realize the amount of work that casters put into this. Well, the ones who care about what they do anyway. Some guys will just, they'll just put up the video, put their voice on it, throw it up without any mixing or anything. No intros, whatever. Just throw it up on YouTube. I do not do that. I've never done that. So the amount of time and effort that I put into videos is insane sometimes. Whole evenings just gone. And I really do enjoy it. But now it's just like I'm so tired. Just want to go to sleep. I've been in a series of casts, like casting 5 games, and it'll be like after the 3rd game, it's like, I just want to take a nap. Can I nap? I just want to eat pizza and take a nap. I'm not going to lie, the whole copyright thing kind of took the wind out of my sails when Esports TV actually gave me a copyright notice, which means that the length of my videos were knocked down again to 15 minutes. I'm a crazy perfectionist, so I'm always trying to make things better, make my channel better, improve little things, tweak little things, and that just put me so far behind. Gah, it made me so mad. But that's another reason for this decision, is my crazy perfectionism. There comes a certain point whenever I'm doing any, thing ongoing. Like, before this, I was a musician for 10 years. Well, 9 to 10. But anyway, I did that for 10 years. Before that, I was kind of a cartoonist, loved drawing cartoons, stuff like that. And at the end of all of these ventures, there comes a point where I feel my head banging against the ceiling. And I'm like, I can't do this any better. I want to, and I have a vision of what I want to do here, but I can't do it. I don't have the ability to make this better. That was so infuriating near the end of making music. It was around 2007, 2008. where I was like, I've made the best music that I can make, and I can't do better. And I would put out these songs that I hated, and I was like, I hate this song. And I would go back to the drawing boards, try to work on it again, and it's just, I want to throw my computer out the window. And that's kind of what's happening right now with my commentaries. So I started to plan the end of my channel. Now, at first I thought, and you might think too, that it feels like such a shame to leave so early. It didn't feel like I'd been casting for that long a period of time. That's what I thought at first. But then I got curious and started doing research, and apparently, at the end of this OSL, I will have cast Brood War longer than any other commentator on YouTube. Longer than Classart, longer than Rise. Of course, guys like Rise and Diggity and Moletrap moved on to StarCraft 2. So I was like, okay, I'll put in the first Brood War game they did and the last one on their channel, and kind of put on the dates and times. And I can't find anyone who's cast Brood War longer than I have. I even looked at some of the more under the radar guys. I was like, there has to be someone. There has to be. But I can't find one. Moletrap is the guy to beat. I will have beaten Moletrap by about 2 months or something like that by the time I'm done with this OSL. But still, yikes. And the reason I say YouTube commentators is because Ranchin posited that Artosis and Tasteless, since they started casting the World Cyber Games in 2005, are probably the ones who have cast Brood War the longest. But there you go. I'm a hardened veteran. Most of the commentators seem to have made it 2 or 3 years, and I could never figure out why the guys wanted to retire. But now, I know why. So what I plan to do is, first, finish this OSL, do everything I normally do, hype videos, preview videos, whatnot. Finish that up. Then I'll make a series finale video where I'll answer all your burning questions. You can start sending those to me now if you want. The questions you've always wondered, you didn't think I would answer, but now I'll answer them. Well, within reason. And after that, this channel will go dormant. And of course, if they do another Brood War OSL, just comes out of nowhere, I might have to come back and give you guys a victory lap. Bonus round, so to speak. I can totally see that happening. So, that is my decision and my reasons behind that decision. At least as far as this channel goes. I didn't want this to be so bleak and sad. I might have to cut this video a bit to make it more upbeat. Because that was all the bad news. Now for the good news. No, well, it'll be good news for some of you anyway. First of all, I have no plans to stop making videos for YouTube. They will just be on another channel. And I've already secured that channel, and I'm coming up with ideas for it at the moment. I know the main question that people were asking me is, Nuke, you gonna cast StarCraft 2? And the answer so far is no. In fact, I delayed this video. I was going to do this video earlier, but I wanted to give myself some time to kind of let it sink in and watch the new Pro League season. And watch these guys playing StarCraft 2 to see if it like clicked, if there's some kind of magic behind it all that would hook me. And so far there hasn't been any. I just find competitive StarCraft 2 to be boring as all hell. Sorry. That doesn't mean that you can't like it. It just means that I don't really like watching it. I like playing StarCraft 2. I put about 100 hours into it. Even though I haven't played it in a while, I'm sure I'll go back to it someday. But as of right now, I have no plans to commentate StarCraft 2. That could change in the future. I'm going to leave that door open because you should never close any doors. When the expansions come out, it might be this amazing thing that just draws me into its orbit like some gigantic gas giant. That could happen. But if I ever cast StarCraft 2, it will not be on the NukeTheStars channel. I want this channel to be Brood War, through and through. But you're probably thinking, well, Nuke said he's not going to cast StarCraft 2 or Brood War unless another Brood War OSL comes. So what's he gonna do? Well, I've said that I'm going to be on a new channel, and I've secured that already. I have it. And first of all, I see no reason to stop doing Nuke at Nights. People seem to like those, and I like making them, so why not? Just keep them rolling. So that means plenty of Tarantula updates. But that's not the main focus of the channel. Every channel needs a focus, something to kind of anchor it, so to speak. And my passion has always been for radio. I listen to podcasts every single day. So I thought, well, I'm going to do something with audio. And the idea that I came up with was audiobooks. Specifically, audiobooks of H.P. Lovecraft stories. No, really. I want to do that. Scary stories are the best kind of stories. Those are the ones that really stay with you. I mean, when you're telling stories around a campfire, you don't tell some friendly, nice story. You go straight for the scary stuff. I love scary stories. And even though Lovecraft is challenging work, I don't think I'd actually be that bad at it. I've been told my whole life by teachers and people who have heard me read that I'm a good reader, so there must be some truth in that. So I think it'd be fun. So the general idea is to get an RSS feed going and start a podcast. But of course I would put the audio on YouTube as well for comments and whatnot. Which isn't that unusual. I mean, there's a ton of just audio on YouTube. Whenever I want to listen to a song that I don't have, I go straight to YouTube. The audio's usually right there with a still picture, like this video. And I can follow up the main readings with analysis and discussion, like things I liked about it or didn't like about it, things like that. And I know it seems like an odd transition to go from my goofy commentating style to pure horror, but it's not like there's some kind of big divide between humor and horror. The two actually feed off of each other nicely in most movies I've seen. So it's not like I'm going to stop being goofy as hell. And it's not like I'm going to stop the StarCraft references either. I can totally see myself referencing StarCraft a lot with Lovecraft. From StarCraft to Lovecraft! I just got that. I do hope that some of you will join me on my new channel once I get it set up. But I'm not stupid. I realize that most of you will not follow me to this new channel. Because you're subscribed to me because I'm a Brood War commentator. And you're like, I like Brood War. I mean, anyone who would watch professional Brood War in the first place has very niche interests. And I can relate to that 100%. But that's okay. To be honest, I've never cared how large my audience is, as long as I've had one. My audience as a musician was quite a bit smaller than the audience I have now for my commentaries. But I love you all equally. Group hug! You guys are the best! Yes, I'm just trying to butter you up so you go to my new channel. Anyway, I will miss the people who don't eventually follow me over. And that's the only part of this I feel sad about, to be honest. I'm not sad about Brood War fading away, because the way I feel about it, we've had tons and tons of great games, just been a great experience all around. And I'm not even sad that I'm going to stop commentating, because as I said, it's starting to get kind of tiring. It feels like I need to move on to new things, so I'm not sad about that. I'm only sad about losing my current audience. I never really think about my audience. I mean, I know you guys leave comments and stuff like that, but basically I just make the videos, put them on YouTube, and go to bed. But every once in a while something will happen that just makes me feel the actual connection, and it's stuff like that that's going to make it hard to leave. Like when everyone defended me against esports TV. I saw so many people leaving comments like, you gotta let Nuke commentate. Okay, fighting back tears now, but I'm going to do it. Like Rhea and Mike getting my Stork autograph, and people in the audience holding up NukeTheStars posters. That stuff makes it very, very hard to walk away. So more than anything, I hope you guys will understand. And I hope you'll remember all the things I have done instead of all the things that I haven't. But anyway, I think it's about time to end this video. Started choking up there for a second, gonna have to cut that out. Can't show any weakness. Yeah, this recording is going on like 30 minutes now. I have to do some major trimming of this. This has been Nuke. Just wanted to give you guys an update on what I've been planning for many months now. I hope you're looking forward to the rest of the OSL, because it's going to be kick-ass. That's a good note to leave on. Alright, I'll see you guys later for commentaries.